other activity on the face of this earth. And when you come to our home, they go to church and they invite others to go to church. That is the way we witness to our children. So we have to model it. Number two, if we're going to train, you have to discern. Discern, it means you have to watch. You have to observe. You have to play with. You have to listen. You have to go with. You have to get inside their life. You have to get down on their level. You have to see how, train up a child in the way he or she should go. Well, what is the way he or she should go? Well, it's the way I want them to go. I'm the father. Oh, no. It's the way God has wired them. It's the way God has put that DNA together. It's the way God has given them that personality. And you have to walk inside their life and get inside their heart. And guess what? To discern, to touch, to wait, to listen. This is a prerequisite for training. Train up a child. You have to model it as best you can by the grace of God with the highest priority. Then you have to discern. You have to see how God has uniquely wired every one of your sons and every one of your daughters. That takes listening. It takes time. A father journaled, and a little boy kept a diary. And they went fishing one day. And when they came back, the little boy wrote in his diary, "The greatest day in my life. My daddy took me fishing." The father wrote in his journal, "Wasted day. Went fishing with my son." Let me tell you something. It takes time, quality time, to discern, to see how that son, that daughter is uniquely wired. They're introverts, they're extroverts, what their interest is, what their heart is. Are they phlegmatic? Are they choleric? Are they melancholic? How they're wired. You gotta find out. You gotta get inside their heart and their life and their vocabulary and their interests. When you model it, Jesus Christ, highest priority. When you spend time discerning how they're wired, then guess what? You can teach them. You can teach them. Now, I want you to mark this down and listen to this if you get anything else I say. Listen carefully. Rules without relationship leads to rebellion. Let me say it again. Rules without relationship leads to rebellion. You say, all right, this is what you're going to do, and this is what you're not going to do. I'm the head of this house. I want to tell you, this is how we operate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We set down our rules. We set down our parameters. We assert ourselves. This is what you can do. This is what you cannot do. Man, these are dogmatic. These are rules. These are principles. Let me tell you something. You're wasting your breath. Rules without relationship leads to rebellion. People wonder, why I have rebellious children? I've laid down the rules. I've done all right. The relationship was not there. Go back to number 1. Model, discern, build the relationship. Rules, discipline. Some of you are not on a spanking relationship with your children. You can't discipline them. You have no grounds to discipline them because there's not a relationship there. This same thing's work with God. We come up with, boy, God, I'll have to keep all those 10 commandments and there's all those principles that God says about the Christian life. Man, I just can't do them. I don't want to do them. And that's cutting into my freedom. You see, rules without a relationship. When you have a relationship with God in Jesus Christ, you've invited him to take over your life. And then he gives you the power, and the rules and the principles of Christian living become easy, and they flow out from your life and flow out from my life. You see, rules without a relationship, and our relationship with God is the same thing as is our relationship with our children or our mates, for that matter. Rules without relationship leads to rebellion. Rules, principles, discipline with relationship leads to joy and harmony and a wholeness in your life with God and your life with your children and with your mate. So, model faithfulness. some people here to make some radical changes in your scheduling. Model it, faithfulness, God's house, his things. Number 2, discern. Watch, listen, touch. Ongoing thing, discern. Number 3, then you can teach. You're teaching by example. You're teaching by word. You can set down boundaries because there is a relationship there. They picked up an old hound female. They adopted it as their pet. The dog, she got pregnant. But one day she was running after the lawnmower and the dog slipped and had both of her hind legs cut off. They picked up the mother dog to be and rushed her to the vet, and the vet says, I can sew up her legs and save her life, or we can put her to sleep. The puppies are fine. She'll be able to deliver them. And the master said, save her life. And so the vet sewed her up, and a few days later, really, she learned how to walk all over again without her hind legs. She'd put one paw forward, another part forward, and she'd slide her bottom. And one paw forward, another paw forward, she'd slide her bottom. And sure enough, in a week or so, the puppies were born. Everyone was healthy. 6 little puppies, 6 of them. They had, of course, 4 legs. They were healthy in every way. And the mother dog, she nursed them and she weaned them. And when they learned how to walk, they walked just like